Check, 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 check. Do a check. Almost time for the Admirals game. Check, check.
Check, check.
Okay. Welcome to West Sound TV presents Kitsap Admiral Basketball. It is Kitsap Admirals versus the Shizuoka Gym Rat, the sequel or part 2 or something like that, and it's starting the exact same way last night's game began, with a free throw by the Japanese team. I don't know if again we've had a number wrong or something. I don't really know what that was, but both of those are going to go down for Bando. So at the moment, maybe this is just free throw shooting practice. I'm not sure, but I'm Kitty Campagna with West Sound TV. I have Patricia Ann on camera. She's also producing tonight. We are live streaming through the kitsapsun.com/admiral site today, which is very exciting. And of course, on the other microphone, I am again excited because I have Dave Ziesmer. Dave, have you seen either of these teams play yet this year?
One time I saw the Kitsap Admirals. I've seen a lot of these kids, young adults at City League that I've associated with refereeing. So most of these kids I know.
They aren't kids anymore, Dave.
I was just going to say, why did I say kids? Because they are now adults.
And we, having not aged in the least, which is quite wonderful, but it looks like it's kind of handy that they are going to start out with 4 points for Bando already, and 4 points for the visiting team. Patricia believes it might be a handicap, considering that they lost 122-85 last night. But our starters out there, we have Leo Bando. We have number 2, Masahiro Ishitani. Getting the ball right now, the coach/manager, Takuya Okada. Surprisingly, in the middle at 7 foot, we have Tedrick Hill, and I'm missing one. We'll get to him when we get back to him.
I'm already watching Japan play, and one thing they're doing right now is slash and cut, slash and cut. They're so quick when they cut to the basket.
For our Admirals tonight, number 12, Justin Chappell. Number 22, Todd Williams. 23, Isaiah Curry. Number 11, Patrick Lewis. And that one is off. That's a great shot by Okada. And number 13, Cliff Lee. So those are all the Admiral starters.
In pregame, I was watching the Japan team shooting just a lot of outside shots from probably about 25 feet in there, and smooth shooters.
Patrick Lewis off on that particular one, brought up by Bando. Looking, whoa, and the shot clock went off, which I'm quite sure was incorrect. That's called an inadvertent whistle, shot clock.
Yep.
So are they guessing 21? Oh, I think that's what Joe told them.
That's a good guess by Joe Frank.
It's a 24-second shot clock here. The one I'm missing was Soma Yoshida, number 12.
Kitsap Admirals right now are playing man-to-man defense.
Okay, Mr. Tedrick Hill is going to start off where he left off last night. He had over 50 points last night. And he has posted our video on YouTube at his Facebook site. So if you're looking for it, you can find it. Oh, Curry with the 2.
Nice drive by Tyzea Curry, a little scoop shot behind the back.
Ty going to the line for 1. And makes it. That gives the guests a 9-4 lead with 10:17 left here in the first quarter. 12-minute quarters, very much like the NBA, but we're ABA. We got that red, white, and blue ball saved, but it's going to go off of Hill's hand.
Tedrick Hill's playing the high post right now, so they can slash, and it might work tonight.
Shizuoka doing a little bit of a press, trying to slow down these Admirals, to corral that somehow, and Cliff Lee from the corner not able. Todd Williams with the putback, 5'10", and you'd never guess it. He was even with the basket.
He was even with the rim.
Bando decides he's going to drive, but Curry stops that.
Tajay just cut him right off at the baseline. He had to get rid of the ball, and nobody was open.
Last night I talked about his growth in his making assists, which is really pretty cool, but his growth in defense as well through the couple of years we've seen him playing for the Admirals is extreme. Curry with it. Again, shot clock not moving. I've never volunteered for that job. Have you done that job, Dave?
That's a tough job because all of a sudden you just forget what you're doing. You're watching the game and then you go, oh, I have a job to do tonight.
That would be my first problem. I would just be so busy watching the game that I'd have no chance.
Some cell phones get in the way too, texting.
Texting in mid-game, yes.
That does happen in the young junior high games when we have to mention something.
I had never thought of that would be a distraction from your...
Big distraction.
I think they've been pretty kind with the 17 seconds because took a little while getting up court, but that's okay. You go with what they assume.
You cannot assume that you have to know the right time on the clock. You cannot ever add.
Justin Chappell with 3. Justin playing the first couple games that we've seen him this year. Bando bringing it up, getting it to Masahiro into Hill. Now, Tedrick on the Japanese site comes out as Tedorico, so I told him that's going to be his name this evening. We guessed him at 8'20" last night, only 7 foot. Justin Chappell with the rebound, put back in 2. Chappell with 5 already. And that puts on the scoreboard, they are the Wolves. We are here in South Kitsap today on a beautiful rainy day. It is the right move to be inside the gym.
Tedrick just drives the baseline all the way in. It's just hard to stop that kind of a person who's just 7 feet tall. You almost just got to let him go. You don't want to get hurt.
Well, plus he knows how to drive. I mean, he can dribble. We watched him last night. He's an inside force, but as much, he is an outside force. He has a gorgeous little shot. But I'm not sure you can use the word little with anything he does. Cliff Lee off on that. Hill gets it ahead to Osada, who puts it down for 2. Nice assist by Hill.
He looked at Tedrick on the other side. He ran on the other side of the court. in the lane, and he just faked the pass to Tedrick, and he went all the way in. It faked the defender out too.
Well, it's partially from what they're remembering last night. He must have given him, I don't know how many assists and so many attempts at making it a dunk. And so right now we are going to take a media timeout and take a break here. Out of the media timeout, the Admirals are leading 12-11. 7:43 remaining here in the first quarter. What I failed to mention earlier in our crew, Doc Parr, or I think he uses Spar when he's our engineer, but came earlier helping us out, setting everything up, might join us for the second half on the mic.
Kitsap just a little patience right now, looking for the open cutter.
Isaiah Curry with the pass over the 7-footer, but not able to put that down. The steal by Chappell. He finds Cliff Lee open. Lee gives it off to Curry.
Isaiah wanted to call in legal guarding position by,
there's what he likes. That's
alley-oop.
the one, yep. The pass that they saw many times last night.
We've all wished we can do that. He got away with the travel. No, he didn't. They did call
He
the travel.
did not get away.
Yeah.
And who are our two referees tonight?
We have Floyd Campbell out of the Tacoma Association and Joe Frank, which is out of our local association.
Is he not Mr. Joe Frank, if I remember correctly. They say that went off of Curry. Comes into Okada. I keep throwing an S in instead of there.
Another little entry pass to Tedrick Hill, just a turnaround, nice soft 10-footer, drops it, so smooth.
Hill wasn't even deep in there,
Yeah.
and that's what he has. He has more than just the right at the basket shot.
And they're double teaming him, sometimes triple teaming them, so that means somebody's going to be open.
And when you can shoot your free throws, add them all together. I checked with him last night to find out what his college experience was, and found out he started at Alabama State, then Florida Gulf Coast, followed by the NBA draft of 2006. Played with the Lakers Summer League team, some overseas play, some D-League play, and he got picked up with these guys. I think it was like in Texas when they were playing, and he's been with them for a while, so having a lot of fun playing with the Gym Rats. Curry puts down his first free throw.
Isaiah gets the ball in the middle, and he's so creative when he drives to the basket. He can maneuver his way with his body and still get up a good shot. It's a contested shot, but he still gets it up there.
Well, creative with his body is a great way to put it, because most of us cannot move in those ways, and if we do, we'll never move again. So, nice steal from Williams. Williams gets it ahead to Curry. Curry with kind of the dunk.
Somebody with the quick hands can just reach around and tap the ball away from the dribbler, and teach that. It's an incredible thing you have.
Leo's pass just a little bit low for the 7-footer. Up to Curry. Curry was looking for Lewis, but it goes off of Osada.
Nice no-look pass
Okada.
Inside.
Williams with it at the top, inside to Lewis. Out to Chappell. Chappell's going to take the three and going to get it. And with 5:45, I'm thinking we've missed some points that I'm 17-17. Turner, Tedrick in there trying for the rebound. Curry with it, guarded closely, possibly Velcroed too. That one's going to be Cliff Lee for two.
Yoshida wouldn't let Isaiah Curry drive inside. He's got some quick hands.
Leo bringing it up. And you have to remember, all these guys played last night. It was just a mere 122 to 85, so they put some effort in. They played the whole 48 minutes. Rebound to Curry, up ahead to Williams. Lee underneath. They find him. Curry's trying to come through the center, but they're going to go for the three-pointer from Williams. Yeah.
Tedrick Smith kind of playing a little one-man zone inside. Just don't come my way because he will swat it. He just
I like the one-man zone. Yeah, exactly.
Whoops.
Takuya tries for the drive.
Push, yep. I'm surprised they didn't call that.
Well, there's a lot that they overlook at times here. Williams smart to save that back. He did not have the right angle. Back to Curry. We don't keep track of assists, but if we did, he would have a lot. Nice drive. Oh, and gets it over to Hill, who is fouled by Cliff Lee. Tedrick going to be shooting 2 now.
Nice little bounce pass by Hill. It was just a great pass.
Hill shooting 2. Looks like we're going to have a couple substitutes come in for the Admirals. Not something that the Gym Rats can do a whole lot of. They have 2 guys sitting over there.
Shindell Washington, 32, and Eric Shippers.
Johan, that's the one. Both down for Hill.
Shippers is 6'9", so now he's going to give a little battle to Tedrick Smith. He's got a little more his size.
To Hill, definitely.
But Shippers is sitting out way on the wing.
Gets him off his feet. He's going to go up, get to shoot 2. Foul's pretty even, and it looks like we're going to have a media timeout with the Kitsap Admirals leading 24-19. Guys coming back out on the court, ready to play. Looks like we've made 1 substitute. Number 8, Jerry Lewis, into the game for the Gym Rats.
Tedrick Smith's out there before the game's going to start, and he's saying something about how many fouls he has. He has 2 fouls, and they're legit fouls, but he thinks he only should have 1.
They never show them up above.
No.
Also out there for the Admirals, a couple new ones. We have number 2, Jimmy King, and it looks like number 5, Mauricio Modestin's here tonight. Shippers puts down the first one. Second one bounces around. Shindell Washington with the save. It's one of the things I love about Shindell's game, his hustle. He's the Michael Hart of the Admirals. They say that one goes off of him, but it's going to go to the Gym Rats.
He made that save look so easy.
Didn't he?
He was so...
I can hang in the air that long. How about you?
That's absolutely incredible. Somebody's going to get hurt. Like, if I ever did that, I would be done.
You would. I'll attest to that. Nice play by Jerry Lewis underneath with the putback.
He just kept that ball alive with his hands above everybody else.
Just
tip the ball to him.
Gym Rats right back in it with 21 to 24. Jimmy King with the shot, but the rebound, long rebound, comes down to the Gym Rats. Oh, that was a pretty move. Masahiro, or that was actually Yoshida. Tai Curry answers.
Taizé hung in the air for another second, just released, a nice release on the shot.
I've tied with 12 points already. He's been one busy man out there.
Soma Yoshida drove the lane. It was a 1-on-3 break. He looked to his left to dish the ball. Nobody was there. And he just drove right in, 1-on-3, and he made the nice little set move, jump shot there.
Would that be calling failing to stop the ball? the
might be a lack of defense.
Cardinal rule. And we have noticed that has happened a little bit. We noticed a little bit of fatigue that happens with this Gym Rat team. Shipper's thinking about the shot. Goes ahead and takes it, gets a 2 from the free throw line.
Yoshida just tried to play defense, and when he went up in the air, the shooter, he just went straight up and he just gave up. He's just so powerful when they get up in the air. Schindel with foul, stopped him on the drive, but he did get a good knee in him.
Shizuoka with the out of bounds play, get it into Hill. Nice crisp passing. Takuya with the shot. Nice rebound by Schindel Washington. Corey Sweet on his left. Schindel's just going to take it, doesn't go. Putback hits the top of the basket, and that goes, oh, or do we have a foul? Oh, foul. Eric Shipper's over the back. Gotcha. In the meantime, they've brought in the ball, and we're going to see if anybody wants to play defense. Jerry Lewis has it taken away. Uh-oh, that's going to come right back. Not watching it into his hand, Mauricio Modestin.
Gym Rats are not afraid to pass the ball. They'll make that extra pass out on the wing.
Now, Takuya is mentioned as like the manager. I see his picture in several of the places online. Definitely runs this club. But it was number 6, Suguru Saito, who was helping with me with pronunciations, who's there, that kind of thing. So I really appreciate what he was able to do for me.
Foul's on Shippers. He just had a hand in his back and pulled his jersey from behind, and he didn't think that was a foul.
They were locked at the arms that time, too. 3 from the side. That is 27 points for the Gym Rats. Asada with 8. Okada. I have no idea why I'm convinced there's an S in that man's name. Corey Sweet with the sweet shot. Admirals continue in the man-on-man defense. Bando with the fake. Puts it up, and we're going to get a foul. Tedrick trying to rearrange exactly how that basket is right now. Looks like Leo to the line.
Nice little head fake by Leo. He just faked a shot up in the air, and he was around him.
All 4 of his points tonight from the line prior to the clock even moving. (30-27), a minute 19 left here in the first quarter. Masahiro Ishitani in. Second one perfect. Again, we are here at South Kitsap High School. I think we're, along with the touring Gym Rats, we are just going to give the whole Kitsap County a tour of these teams. Put back by Washington, not good enough. Looking for the pass, and Schindel expects that.
Those little putback shots, it's right underneath the basket, and just a little shove from behind. You got to make those. Those are easy, easy.
Jerry Lewis from the outside uses some bank. I don't think I've seen it go that high in a long time. Ties it up at 30-30.
The old gym rats are just keeping up with his pace. I'm really kind of surprised.
And this was true last night. They were very close early, and then you had the fatigue set in. The Admirals have a few less players, I think, than last night, but they had, they can field 3 teams. Shippers is going to go to the line. They called a foul on the shot.
On Tedrick Hill. Shippers put a move on Tedrick. He did a double pump fake, and then the third fake around, it got him up in the air, and that's when he went for the hoop.
Shippers makes the first one. Now, Tedrick doesn't do much sitting, or hasn't, in what we've watched, other than when he ended up with a bloody lip last night. And you can play with above 6 fouls in the ABA, but you get some major penalties if you foul again.
I'm sure the refs will keep that in mind a little bit.
10 seconds on the shot clock, trying to get it to Bando. Sweet right on top of him. Schindel takes over. Going to go ahead to Mauricio, who gives it to Schindel. 4-2.
Great defense by the Admirals on the outside. Never cut. Nobody cut with the ball.
Jimmy King driving, but it's not going to happen. So at the end of one quarter, 34-30, our Kitsap Admirals ahead of the Gym Rats, but a great first quarter. Very spirited first quarter that puts the Kitsap Admirals ahead, 34-30, but these Gym Rats hanging right in there, Dave.
They play some scrappy basketball, and they're all hands, quick cuts, great shooting from the outside. They're such smooth shooters. I was watching some of the forms that they're shooting with, and it was, wow. They know how to shoot the ball.
Well, and these guys are traveling all the time, so fatigue from just the bus drives and all. I saw they were in Dallas. I saw they played the Colorado Kings. I'm sure they've been playing several of the teams in this area. So it keeps them busy. Out of trouble, I guess. Jimmy King with the, oh, that was Mauricio, sorry. He hands it off to Sweet for 2.
Nice little inside dish. He drove the inside lane, and Sweet just cut right in the middle.
Here's how you can be mean if you have this many players. You do a press. Washington again. Nope, they're going to call the foul on the floor prior to the shot. Start again with the 24-second clock.
Backside defense by Kitsap Admiral. He just came right behind him, slapped the ball away. Probably no communication on that.
King with the pass. They find Schindel eventually. Back into Mauricio. He goes outside. King's going to try a whole new plan. I think you have about 17 people who like to do assists, and it continues. Yeah. And again, that was maybe a pass that nobody was quite ready for. Corey Sweet with some acrobatics there, and Shippers gets fouled.
Good foul. Number 2 is Masahiro Shitani. Grab his hand so he can't shoot the ball. That's a good, smart foul. Make him earn it.
Rest of the team walking back from the play and Tedrick Hill was explaining how tall he was and that he can't quite have the pass at his ankles. So not always working for him. 36-30. Shippers misses that one. He's 3 of 5 from the line.
Tedrick Hill's going to sag off when Shippers drives lane, gets inside because he's got 3 fouls, so he's just got to watch it.
Up ahead to Leo. Leo with the sweet bank. Johnny Wooden would love that.
As he handled the ball down court, he actually gave a little pump fake to the defense, and that caused him to get faked out.
That would be Jimmy King anticipating the pass. You could tell that they had that plan, that Hill would give it to Takia, and then he's looking for it back. Couple changes, Jerry Lewis in. Hill's going to actually get a chance to breathe on the sideline. Shipperds takes a seat, and Ricky King, a South Kitsap player for high school here today. That one knocked out of bounds.
Nice little defense by Gill. Just knocked the ball out of bounds on the shot.
Endurance Wiki with the ball. Sweet doing some globetrotter work out there. Mauricio trying to set some things up. 6 seconds on that shot clock. He'll take it. Hits rim, so he resets that shot clock. That was the whole plan, I'm sure.
Yeah, nice pass to himself again.
Yeah. See if they'll run a little bit of offense. That's one of the things when you have this many players, it is hard to get everyone involved and know what they're going to be doing. Washington with a nice put back or pass to Ricky King for 2.
His shot was going to get blocked, so he just a nice little pass inside.
Jim Rat's looking for a little motion themselves. Leo with it. That one's off, and Washington comes down with it, tries to take it the distance. Finding Modestin on the side. Into Ricky King. Just need that a little bit sharper on that pass so Ricky could get his hands on it. And Soma Yoshida is fouled on that particular one.
He's not afraid to drive. He'll drive into 3-4 players. He'll just force something because there's going to be a foul, and he's done that all evening.
39-32 lead for the Admirals. 9 minutes left in the second quarter, first half. 48 full minutes of basketball for these guys. Corey Sweet taking a seat, and Justin Chappell in. Somo makes the second one.
Kitsap Admirals are just trying to pass the ball around. They're making a few entry passes. A few more passes on Kitsap Admirals.
Up ahead, full speed ahead. Takes it out when he faces 3 Admirals. Nice job of getting back on defense by Kitsap.
Shindell Washington actually forced him out to the outside of the rim. Didn't get a good shot up.
7 seconds on the shot clock. 5. They're going to get a Ricky King for that. Must have touched the hand.
He doesn't think he hit him in the hand, but when you go up and the hand's high, both hands are high, yeah, you can see that. It was a good call by the ref. He doesn't think so.
Jerry Lewis to the line. Puts the first one down. He has 5 points tonight.
The Gym Rats actually have nobody under for a rebound. There is one person underneath, so they're going to stop the fast break.
Well, this is what they did last night as well. It's kind of a fatigue thing. so that they are already back and not having to run back.
Yeah.
That was a good call. That was
Yeah.
a definite travel. He was guarded rather closely, but you know that's going to happen. He's discussing with the ref, finding out what it was he needed to do to get past that.
That was a good no call by the ref, because he could have called an offensive charge, and he could also on the gym rat player. So great no call.
Masahiro with the ball to Takayo. Leo. Oh, Hill's lucky not to get it over the back, but didn't hit anything. Wiki gets it over to Washington. That's going to be short. Oh, I think it was a pass. Ricky King not able to put that down. And Leo with the rebound.
That 30-footer by Schindel is just not the high percentage shot.
Ricky King keeping that one alive. Credit him there. Wiki's just having difficulty keeping that under control. And they are bringing in some new people, and with the score 39-35 in favor of the home team, it is a media timeout. Seven and a half minutes left here in the first half. Kitsap Admirals 39, Gym Rats 35. And we seem, I know that we're not Flight 360 list, the dancers. I see some of them down at on the bottom. Maybe they're going to give us a halftime show. They didn't want to do 2 games in a row, maybe.
We only have a 4-point game for this tonight, and it's surprising me that this game's so close. Gym Rats play a little much scrappier defense.
Yeah, they have a lot of energy. They're doing a great job. They have so few substitution. It's pretty amazing that they keep up the speed. Now notice Kitsap did learn a lot that they are doing the double team on Hill, even outside. You usually worry about that underneath the basket, but he was so proficient last night that they've changed their defense. Almost a shot clock violation. Gets it off, but rebounded by Chappell. Modestin's going to take the long shot and sink it.
That's a nice shot from about 25 feet from the outside.
Well, Mauricio ended up with some opportunities. I think he got to do some overseas tryouts and just from exposure from the Admirals. So that's pretty cool.
As soon as Hill gets the ball inside, they go right out on a triple team.
Masahiro gonna go the distance. I don't know if he saw a shot.
Pass or shot?
I'm not sure either. Oh, Lewis with the miss. He does better if he goes backwards, under, and around.
Yeah.
Not that easy shot. I think you're right. It was a pass that he was expecting something else to happen there. Bando with brings it in, but blocked by Cliff Lee.
When I watched the Gym Rats play, they only have 7 on their bench, two on their bench. So when substitutions come in, as far as with the Admirals, it disrupts the flow of the game when you have substitutions. Gym Rats don't have any substitutions, so it's smooth the whole time.
That foul going to go on Cliff Lee. There are 3 team fouls. I'm thinking they have not been putting up team fouls because they have 3 and 2 at the moment. So I'm not sure what those numbers really should be. Rebound by Weeke, listed at 6 foot. Cliff Lee takes it in the middle. That could almost have been called on the floor, but I think they're giving a continuation on that.
As you gather with the ball, it's a shot. I think what they do is they quarter changes, they go with 0 team fouls again.
You are correct.
Yeah.
You are exactly correct. I forgot that because it is then when they get to the number they shoot 2 as opposed to 1 and 1. Lee misses the first. Second one perfect. Takuya sends his team down. He's confident he's got this, even with Chappell on him. Leo finds Tederico. This is going to go ahead to Modestin. Does his left hand, and it is down. So it doesn't matter where you come from. There's sometimes you don't believe that you've done the foul.
That foul surprised me a little bit because it really didn't disrupt his flow to the hoop. He made the basket and not much contact, so that one surprised me a little bit.
Mauricio sinks that. He's got 6 points. That foul was on Soma. Hill gonna challenge. Rebound to Weeke again.
Great defense by Thompson on that one against Hill.
Hill puts it up, not able to get it go down. This one, finally, he rebounds and puts it in. Kept alive by Lewis in the process. That was a nice play by Weeke. Just saw the opening. No one was coming at him. Why not shoot it?
Nobody collapsed on him. They just let him flow right through the lane.
49-47 now. Suddenly, Admirals sneaking out a little bit bigger lead with about 4.5 minutes left in the half. Nice drive by Leo. Very, very pretty.
Couple little screens on the right-hand side. Use your screens correctly. That's what happens.
Mauricio looking for some movement. Chappell's going to go ahead and shoot it. He's been hot. He continues hot. I have him with 11 points, 3 of those 3-pointers.
Jim Rats are in a kind of 2-1-2 zone defense, and they're just sagging in the middle, so nobody's going to get inside, but boy, when you can shoot from the outside.
Jerry Lewis goes ahead and puts it down. Lewis having a good game tonight. 8 points so far. Weeke tries to take it, but the basket blocks it for him. Patrick Lewis fighting for it underneath. Get it head to Takuya. He's trying to set it up. Oh, and it bounces out, hitting rim. They had a plan. Lewis takes it through the middle. Lewis knocks it out. So that was all about Lewis. And at 3:27, 52-41 for the Admirals, a media timeout. Got the whistle to resume play. 3.5 minutes left here in this first half, second quarter. Surprisingly, the same 5 guys basically coming out for Japan.
I noticed gym rats, they all come down and sit on the bench for a timeout, and the Kitsap Admirals are just standing up and just enjoying themselves.
Well, and let's give a big shout out to Ashley and Erica Robinson, the owners of the Admirals, for bringing this to the community. That's Williams with the shot that's off. They've done such a nice job. We are doing rotating gyms. We've done OC, we've done Bremerton. This is South Kitsap. Just trying to make sure that their full schedule is filled out. And Jerry Lewis with a nice little hook shot.
That's a nice little turnaround jump shot from the side. That's one of the hardest shots to make.
Mauricio meets Hill and says, never mind. Williams tries putting it up, thinks he's fouled, but you know, in the time it takes you to tell the referee that, the rest of both teams are down. Rebound to Cliff Lee.
Tedrick's had a hard time shooting the ball from the outside from about 15 feet on.
Well, when your arm should fall off from the number of points you made the evening before, and there weren't tons of misses, I'll tell you that. Sometimes it's hard to get that same magic going.
I don't care. When you score 50 points, that's a lot of points in one game.
It is. Still only 9 points separating these two teams. Really nice showing by Shizuoka. Excellent pass to Lewis from Leo. Wow. That's working for him.
He beat the defender. Once you get around your defender and you can make a little dish off like that, you're going to score some points.
Not a whole lot of tired in this Gym Rat team right now, but like you said, Dave, they're busy with they do play the zone, which is a little bit less tiresome after starting out in man for man. Okada trying to get a play going. Leo with an idea. Ahead to Lewis. He's going to just lay it up. I think the fans were expecting so much more from the big man.
Cliff Lee from behind just hit the ball out of the hands, and the loose ball.
This time anticipation of the passing lane by Lewis. That was anticipation by Hill. We're going to say that went the Admiral way.
Nice looking pass by Lewis, but his partner wasn't there.
Opportunity for Lee to take a break. He's done a really nice job this half.
New player, Todd Williams is in.
Oh, 2 more for Patrick. 56 seconds. Less than a minute here in the first half. Still just playing nasty defense on Hill. Gets his own rebound, tries to put it back. Head to Williams. That one's pretty from Patrick Lewis. Have him with 8 points now.
He got away with just a little bit of a shuffle from the outside.
Shot clock and game clock 6 seconds off. 16 on game.
They'll start to play about 10 seconds. There it goes.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Whoa, and a 3 from Leo.
That was an NBA 3. It wasn't a short shot. That was from about 28 feet from the side.
So at the end of one half, it's 58-48, just 10 points separating these teams. What a good first half of basketball, and we are West Sound TV. I'm Kitty Campagna, Dave Ziesmer on that other mic, Patricia Ann producing, and on camera, we will bring you the second half shortly.
I still have an arm to throw it. It feels good when I throw it. Shame on me. What's the Admirals' record, man? You have not?
We're going to come in at 1. Where she is, I'll come in after that. Welcome back to West Sound TV presents Kitsap Admiral Basketball. We're up here at South Kitsap, or down here at South Kitsap, whatever way you came from, at their beautiful gym, bringing you the Admirals versus the Shizuoka Gym Rats out of Japan. These guys have not traveled directly from Japan, but they are away from their homes and families, and an opportunity for them to be seen by some NBA teams and just get their name out there and play some basketball, have a lot of fun. One of the things that they also do is run camps for the kids, so they are a busy, busy team. I'm Kitty Campagna on this mic. I have Patricia Ann running my camera. I'm working on the stream, making sure you're getting this internationally, which is kind of handy since these people are from Japan. And on my other mic, our guest, and so not just so much a guest anymore because he's been with us several times, Dave Ziesmer.
Thanks for having me. This is a good time watching some of this basketball, watching some of the Japan players at halftime. They're guards, they're skilled guards, working on their footwork drills and their hand skills, and as soon as the halftime was started, they were working on their skills. That was pretty impressive to watch.
The score is 59-48 in favor of the Admirals. I believe they got a point added when I was not looking at halftime. And already we're going to have a quick foul on Ricky King out there. Who are our Admirals starters, Dave?
We have number 10. We have...
that one's Corey Sweet.
Corey Sweet. 32 is Shindell Washington. Number 2 is Jimmy King. Number 24 is Ricky King. And I think...
and you got a number 12.
Number 12 is Justin Chappell.
Justin Chappell, exactly. Chappell. I checked specifically with him on our pronunciation on that one. Foul going to one of the Gym Rats, and Ricky King's going to go up to the line. Really, all we need to do for the Gym Rats is name their 7, and I don't know that Suguru Saito has even played this evening. I think he might be injured. He did play last night. So number 6 not playing. Ricky King puts that down. But they have Leo Bando, Soma Yoshida, Takuya Okada, Tedrick Hill, and I'm assuming Masahira Ishitani. No, actually they have Jerry Lewis out there now, so they're missing one of those. So we've just named them all. You figure out the numbers.
Jerry Lewis was out there for halftime started, and he was just having fun with a bunch of the kids. He never came off the floor to rest. He was back out right during halftime.
Well, I'm pretty sure Jerry is actually a local guy that has joined them for the day. Bando, Leo puts down a 3. Failed to reset the shot clock again. I was looking at my stats, which are unofficial. Remember, unofficial stats from me, but we had really even scoring for the Japanese team. Lewis had 12, Bando with 12, Soma Yoshida with 3, Takuya Okada with 8, and Tedrick Hill with 13. So that's what you call balance.
Balanced scoring.
Kind of a nice change from yesterday.
I was just watching Bando shoot that 3, and he's kind of got an unorthodox style of shooting like a Bob Cousy shot. It's a little one-handed set shot. That's amazing to watch.
So Dave, for our people much less young, or who are much younger than I, they may not know who Bob Cousy is.
Bob Cousy was a Boston Celtic from years back, and that was the first shooting style of a one-handed set shot. He used just one arm, one hand, kind of, and I just watched over there, and it looked like the same thing almost.
When my dad played basketball for Hastings College billions and billions of years ago, he too had a one-hand set shot. We'd go in our court was in the alley, so you worked with some rocks and a couple garbage cans and some other things, but it was not a shot I was used to seeing.
You don't see that much at all, but when someone mentions Bob Cousy, everybody knows what they're shooting.
Exactly. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets into Sweet. Rebound almost to Leo. Sweet gets his own rebound, and I think Ricky King's going to get the over the back. He's going, I didn't mean to, I swear.
What I just saw right inside, the Ricky King and Tedrick Hill are just kind of going at it one-on-one inside when they don't have the ball. So it's going to be fun to watch it second half.
Well, Ricky's probably got about 4 fouls, and fortunately there are quite a few more Admirals out there that they can use. But they don't have, last night they had Richard Smith for a little bit of height to go against him. Hill trying for the rebound, ends up with Sweet getting it. Chappell going to go ahead and drive. He's been successful from the three-point line. Looks like Leo going to be called for the foul.
In this higher caliber of play, the referees actually let a little more go, a little more physicality in this game.
First one's down for Chappell. He had 11 points in that first half, one of the leading scorers for the Admirals. I have Tyzea Curry with 12 for the most out of that team.
And Tyzea Curry only played about a quarter.
Exactly.
He was very active in the first half.
Pass off to Sweet. Sweet loses control. I guess he had a little help with losing control. They say there was the arm bar coming from Leo. Only 11 points separating these two. They were that identical distance at halftime. First one down for Corey.
We only have 2 Kitsap Admirals inside the lane on the foul shooting. That's just surprising me.
That's all they get, isn't it? On the offensive side?
No, they fill the lane. 3.
That pass just finally corralled by an Admiral. Schindel takes it the distance. It doesn't go. Ricky King is going to get it for basket interference.
What he did was he went up, grabbed the rim, pulled the rim down, and tried to grab the ball. He can't use the rim to grab the ball, and that's what happened. They took the basket away.
And Schindel has just been called for a technical for arguing with the referee. Never a good choice. He'll get to take a seat. Patrick Lewis will come in.
Don't we all wish when we go up for a little basket we can grab the rim and put it in?
That can help. You can just bring that rim down enough and Bando up to the line for the technical. Puts that one down.
Yeah, you can see the discussion underneath with Joe Frank and the player. It looked a little heated. So sometimes you got to do that. You got to call the tee.
I believe in keeping control of the game. There is no doubt about it. And that is includes respect for the referees. They're working way too hard to tell them. I mean, everyone makes mistakes, but I think everyone who's ever played basketball should put on one of those striped shirts and try refereeing. Ooh, that would be the slug to the face.
He knew it. I mean, that's just a tough foul.
Bando already looked like he had been kind of hit prior to that, so.
And with 2 referees doing this level of ball, it is a lot tougher. You just can't call everything. You can't see everything. We can see everything from up on top, but it's tough.
Hill comes through, and that was actually Corey Sweet coming through. Loses control. That's going to go out of bounds to the Gym Rats. Hill just a slight bit short on his shot today.
Looks like he just doesn't have the legs underneath him to shoot the ball. He's just got to be exhausted.
Patrick Lewis busy tying his shoe as Corey Sweet just goes ahead and takes it from 3. Fans enjoying that. 11.
He shot that ball with ease. It's just, I'm going to shoot this nice little 20-footer, and bam.
Takuya is off on that. Lewis with a really nice, convincing rebound. Ricky King gets it to Chappell. Chappell has to go high. That would be called an altered shot, I think.
You have to change that shot right in the middle of your shooting for him.
3 more for Leo, and it is 55-67.
He shoots the ball with ease on a 3-point shot like that from about 25 feet.
Not much jump in it either.
No, it was all arm and hardly any legs. That's fun to watch.
Jimmy King answers with a really long 3. There's a young woman on the University of Washington that I watch play who absolutely does not get off the floor from her 3-point shot or from any of her shots and makes them. Bando's feeling it, almost put that one down.
That was actually in and just bounced right out.
Inside to Shippers. Looking for Sweet. Nope, he's being attacked from several sides. Here comes Chappell. Nice job by Chappell. Excellent pass as well.
And that was a hard pass to handle because it was passed really, really hard.
Leo finds Jerry Lewis in the middle. Lewis pulls up for pop. A little bit of pop from Hill, and that's still just not quite there today. These are the passes that you can tell Jimmy King likes making. Good determination by Shippers. Gets the putback. 8 points on the evening.
That's a great no call by the referee. Both hands were put out from each player. You ain't going to call that.
Hill thought he had the dunk. It didn't quite work. Basket blocks that one. Foul's going to be on Sweet. And at 6:46, a 74-55 lead by the Kitsap Admirals. Time for the media timeout. Just saw the coach from the Admirals checking some things at the scorers table. That's Steve Detweiler. Dave, you're telling me he also coaches at Ridgetop Junior High?
Yep, he coaches JV boys basketball at Ridgetop. He's also a teacher. I think he's a science teacher.
He might actually be closer to the height of those guys. Most of these guys tower over him. And 2 more for Jerry Lewis on just some real nice offense that time. He has 14 points.
They set that play up at at their bench and came around the screen. Perfect screen.
That one corralled by Shippers. It is knocked out of bounds. I think 2 gym rats were able to touch that before it went out.
That's a great block from behind. That's a hard one not to call a foul on, but you can, just with their athleticism, how they do that.
You know, I was concerned because they reset the shot clock, but he put that up quick enough because I didn't think it touched rim in that whole process prior to that. Mauricio driving the middle, looks back to find Lee. Lee to Lewis. That's going to be a little bit short. Other Lewis saves it to the wrong team. Patrick with the really pretty teardrop. He's into double digits with 10.
We are not getting the nice shooting that we had in the first half compared to the second half. A lot of these second half shots are just little putback shots.
Well, you consider that these guys played yesterday, that they are playing full 48-minute games. You can definitely see that in the legs. And it is a 20-point lead suddenly for the Admirals, 77-57. 5:42 remaining. That last foul going on Eric Shippers. Good to see. I mean, you're always going to see some pushing with the big man, but it's also nice to see it called once in a while and controlled. Again, they're holding hands.
Yes, they are.
Kind of the double team and the head shot not working. Rebounded Chappell.
Didn't they just bring the big guys in to work on Hill? Shippers this time. Then they're probably going to bring in Ricky King a little bit later. So he really hasn't dominated the game today.
He has not, but they've also done the double team a lot of times, even when outside. Patrick Lewis not getting the right angle on that thing. Soma gets it to Bando, to Masahiro. Inside the three-point line, tries using some backboard, did not hit rim, only 10 seconds on the shot clock. Oh no, they reset.
Yeah, I thought that ball hit the rim. It kind of veered off and hit the rim.
I thought so too until I looked at the shot clock. So Floyd Campbell's gonna come over and have a discussion with the scorers table. And as you pointed out, Dave, they're used to having sometimes 3 referees. Of course, it becomes a money issue sometimes, a little bit more that.
Yes, it is.
But it's always a nice thing to see. The Robinsons have done such a nice job getting some different gyms, just continuing. They've had great support from the Bremerton community. They got a nice grant. Mayor Patty Lent has just been 100% behind them. Really done some nice work, done some great work with their anti-bullying program. Part of the community now. I'm amazed at the people who don't know that they exist when I talk about them.
Sometimes we always think this is all about basketball. This is all about community-oriented things they're doing for the community.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
That's Hill's first basket this second half, and he used every bit of strength he had to make that one happen. Modestin brings that down. I'm not sure how he did. Pure strength. Jim Rat's running it up. Leo looking for an opening. Jerry Lewis looked to be open. 2 on Hill. There's got to be somebody open. Bando with the long distance shot.
Well, we talk about that.
He's got 10 this half.
Yeah.
22 points. Modestin gets it inside to Lewis, but he's met up by Hill. Looks like Cliff Lee will take the 3.
Lewis just kind of went out and thought he was going to do a screen or pick and roll, and it was half a pick and roll and half a roll, and it almost worked.
Masahiro, I'm surprised, he's had a lot of open looks that he's not taking. Now that's one that went down every time he shot it last night, so still a pretty shot by Hill. Nice turnaround.
Oh, quick hands.
Gonna get a foul on Endurance Wiki. There are 6 team fouls on the Kitsap Admirals, another opportunity at 3:10 to take immediate timeout, 80-62. As we come back from this little break, let's give some shout outs to the people who are helping with the Admirals. As I said, there's head coach Steve Detweiler, assistant coaches Rodney Lewis, their strength and conditioning coach Ronald Atkins, and then the team athletic trainer and team doc Sean Joseph, who we have seen at absolutely every game, and he has not only usually helped the Admirals, but last night he was tending to Hill, so he is always here. I think he gave Patricia some advice about her back. He's, he's helping us all. 80-62. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 14 seconds on the shot clock. That's going to be an over and back.
The play they called at the bench for the Gym Rats, it just didn't work out. They looked at Hill to open underneath, and it just wasn't there.
Mauricio doing a nice job of directing traffic out there.
I'm watching Yoshida with his hands. He's got some quick hands. He can get a steal off a guy that's driving.
Ooh, nice screen by Lewis. Shippers gets a fairly free rein to the basket, but they're going to call a foul on, oh, I think this is the time Suguru Saito has been in. So, Johan to the line. He shot 6 free throws in the first half, made 4 of them. Up to 9 points. Takayu back into the game. I think Saito was just filling the spot till he could tie his shoe or whatever what had happened there. Nice form by Shippers.
The lefties always have nice form.
Are you a lefty, Dave?
No, I'm not, but ever since I've seen lefties, they just got some different type of forms, and it's much better foul shooters.
That's what I grew up with, my brother, the lefty. So when I started playing tennis and other things against right-handers, I didn't know what to do. They looked so weird. Endurance Wiki with the trigger out there. 24 seconds back on that shot clock. He finds Modestum. Oh, there was going to be the screen on the one side. That one's off, but rebound to Okada. On Leo. Back to Leo. We're going to get him in just a slightly better rhythm, and it should have gone down.
He wanted that shot so bad. He knew it was going. He knew he was going to shoot the ball.
You know, I'm impressed with this Japanese team in that they don't just shoot it every on the first pass, because they've had some opening. The defense here hasn't been super tight. No need for it, and they still are looking for that extra pass to make the right shot.
You can almost do that in any basketball game. Look for that extra pass, because it will happen.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Lewis will shoot it, and it gets the right bounce for Patrick. He's got 12 points.
Nice little cut by Lewis from the side of the foul line.
Well, when they have that zone, that's the exact spot that can be open. You have to be looking for that. Shippers, just part of Hill's uniform over there. That's going to go off to the Admirals. a fairly decent crowd for the day. I know that they gave some specials to South Kitsap students, but they might have been busy going to South Kitsap yesterday, all the way over in Spokane. Amazing. Shot by Lewis for 2.
Give kudos to Coach Callahan and that team because they started out at 3-5 in the first part of the year, and they played well at the end of the year.
How many must-win games did they win there at the end? That was pretty impressive. Yeah.
4 must-win games in the end.
And let's give kudos to the other 2 teams that made it to regionals. You have the Bremerton Knights, who ended up losing to Lake Washington, and the Olympic girls that yearly, that's like their 4th year in a row that they have made regionals. So that's top 16 teams in the state. Absolutely amazing by Coach Lori Shaw and her staff.
Coach Shaw is just a great coach. She gets work out of every one of their girls.
Steal by, the Gym Rats, and I believe he may have been mugged going to the basket. Leo to the line. Cliff Lee was practicing his dribbling with that ball till they came over again.
I'm watching the Gym Rats as they get a steal, and they're filling the lanes as quick as they go down, filling the lanes, and they're looking out. Who's got the ball? Who's going to dish?
Bando, the big scorer for the team tonight. He's got 23. Actually, make that 25. I was missing a point.
They do hustle. Gym Rats are still hustling.
I think he called it on a number 11 that didn't exist, but it was number 12. So I thought that was a fairly good defense where they had him trapped right near the half-court line and the sideline.
Force him to the sideline. Only give him one option.
11 seconds on the shot clock. Get it in to number 11. Shippers gets the rebound, tries to go up again, back out to Patrick. That's not going to go. Patrick's going to get 3 opportunities, none of which go. 3 quarters, and the Admirals have pulled out to a 22-point lead, 86-64. One more quarter of basketball out of, let's see, this would be quarter number 8 in 2 days that these guys have played. So a little bit of tiredness kind of happening, especially on the Japanese team. But there's a lot of Admirals, so they should be pretty fresh. It is now Ricky King's turn to take on Hill. And we'll see what happens there. First basket unmade does not happen. Still a little bit of running in those Japanese legs. Amazing. Get it out to Leo. Leo's going to go ahead and take it the distance for 2. Hill was ready for the putback or the stuff.
When he drove the lane, he actually just hid the ball on his side. So it's hard to block a shot when he hides the ball.
Okay, I missed who made that one. Thank
Todd
you.
Williams from about 22 feet from the sideline.
Oh,
Big three-pointer.
excellent.
Nice shot.
In this league, there are times where you're writing down the last score when the next one's done. Nice steal by Washington. Throws it ahead to Williams, and I'm not sure who they're going to say that went off of. Really nice job by Masahiro getting back on that.
He hustled all the way down, and then they're still playing hard with 11 minutes to go in the game.
Ricky just not tall enough to beat the 7-footer. He tells me that's 213 centimeters, in case you need to know. Taizé, a smart dish. Doesn't go down, but they're still a really nice play. Sweet goes extremely high, but again, it's not going to go down, and Lewis with the rebound.
Just with Taizé Curry on that pass, he positioned his body so he can get that pass off. That's a great athleticism.
Hill playing point guard on that last set of plays, on this play. Bando at, now we're going to go for the three, just not the legs. Saw him having his back worked on prior to this game. Ricky.
Nice dish by Taizé Curry from about 18 feet. No look pass.
We have to remember Ricky had a broken foot, and so for him, it's been a while since he's been back out there, and you can just kind of see that in the jump he's not got at times. That was Saito with the last basket, by the way. He's back out there. Gives Leo the pass. That's a little bit of tired showing right now.
He just got the ball and shot without setting his feet, and that's just when you're really tired.
The over-your-head two-handed shot, which I think we've all done on at our driveway, but this time he gets fouled.
He just makes it look so easy.
I know. It's like he planned it.
He can just hang up in the air for a long time. Taizé now is a basketball official. He is actually doing a pretty good job now.
That's pretty exciting. I love to see when some of these guys come back and give back. I've seen them do it at the Pee-wee level, some of them, and that's always fun. And I really do think it makes you a better player. Bando on the ground going, I didn't get there just by chance. I swear, I was pushed.
Sometimes on a push like that, you'll look at it and you'll just say, it doesn't need to be called.
It didn't change the game.
It didn't change the game.
I gotcha. We've loved your insights, Dave.
Oh, thank you.
And not just we appreciate the refereeing insights, but obviously your knowledge of the game as well has been a lot of fun to have added to our program. Schindel all the way. Okada.
I appreciate you guys letting me come here and do this. It's really entertaining.
Lewis puts it up, and it just a little bit too much that time. Corey Sweet's going to go the distance. Nice.
If you got that angle from the sideline over the camera work, the jersey grabbed from behind, but the player got away from it, so they're not going to call that because it didn't change the way it was played. That's a good no call by the official.
Oh, excellent fake. Can't quite put down the shot. He too might be a little tired with the number of shots he's had to put up today. So I think one of the price-saving moves we've had today is that they didn't ask for the heat to go on in the gym. So I'm wanting to be down on that floor right now, running the floor.
We are right below a vent that's blowing cold air out.
Ah, that's part of our problem. Okay. But we have a back. That was the main reason we're up here. Being old, we like that back. Taizé Curry puts down the first one. He has 14 points on the day.
Not only can Taizé score, he can dish and he can create some passes that probably nobody else on the court can do.
Yesterday he had 18 and was high on, not high on the score. Cliff Lee had 21 yesterday. What a nice first step that was. Ahead to Williams, who uses the backboard properly. Boy, I'd love for some kids to see the way he did that. Todd with 10 points. What a backdoor play, yeah.
That was so impressive. I think that was Shatini with the a dish.
And Saito with the basket. They say that went off the Admirals, and we are now at the 7:27 mark, which means that it is time for our media to take the timeout. Just getting towards the end of this game, 7 minutes and 27 seconds left. Admirals with a 96-70 lead. They've extended it a little bit more, looking to go for the century mark. This was about the time they hit the century mark last night. It was right around with 7 minutes left.
It's been a joy just to watch this Japanese team because they execute their plays, dish, cut, pass, and shoot, and you can tell 7 minutes to go, they're still working on it.
That foul on Ricky King. And Mr. Hill actually taking a break right now. One of the few misses by Leo this evening. He's had a very good game. He has about 24, 25 points. Looks like Hill's looking to come back in. I think he's done something to his hand the way he's been holding it
He's
tonight.
been grabbing his hand all night.
Corey Sweet, after 2 sweet passes to get to him. Quickly down, Takuya. Looking for, oh, that was not where he expected the cutter to go.
And he knew that. He touched the chest, said, that's my fault.
Hill back in. Saito taking a seat. Taizé is going, you be point guard. Find Williams on the corner. That shot's off. Hill is surrounded by Admirals, but brings it down. And on what we call not an overly productive night for Hill, he does have 15 points. It's not like he hasn't scored. So 50 spoiled us.
When you double team and triple team, and that takes a lot out of you. By the time it's the fourth quarter, you got no legs, you got no hands, and he's been shaking his wrist all night.
He has. Plus the other team members of his team have stepped up. It's been a much more balanced scoring evening. Beautiful full court pass. That is Todd Williams for 2. And we are at the century mark. That one's on Ricky King. I think that's number 6, if I've counted correctly, but I'm not sure they're really counting fouls.
That's your job to come in and foul.
I think that's what the buzzer, nope.
Substitution for the Gym Rats.
Soma Yoshida coming in. It is 100-70, 6 minutes and 10 seconds left. They try inside. Looks like outside might be a better opportunity right now. And there's a 2-pointer. Yeah. That's the stroke we saw all last night.
When you can come off a screen like that, that's so much easier to shoot a basketball.
He has just been hammered underneath there. Pass out to Washington. Nice drive, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Hill comes down with it. tries to get it out to a guard. They did reset the shot clock because there was possession by the Gym Rats, and Williams awfully happy with that three.
I think he was kind of surprised he made that one, but it looked really good.
Yeah, every bit of it. 32 points separating these two teams now. Washington gets it, runs the court, gets it to Curry. He does one of his many moves, and Corey Sweet with two. That was a pass that I'm not sure anyone could have caught.
That was with some speed. Yeah, that was not even slow motion. I could have caught that one.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know if that was the screen that took him out. I actually thought he ran into his own teammate on that particular one.
He actually tripped over his own foot when he put them together.
Williams with it. It looks like 5 seconds on the shot clock. Schindel realizes that and takes it in for two.
He looked up at the clock and said, oh, I got to shoot, and he just decided to drive the lane. Nice, easy little shot.
And that one to Masahiro Ishitani. No, actually, that's number 12. I have the difficulty reading those. Soma Yoshida for two more. Corey Sweet puts it in and ends up on his rear end. Sweet having a very nice second half. Lewis, who had the really good first half, adds to his point total. He's up to about 16.
He's had a quiet 16 tonight.
3:31 remaining. And there's three more for Williams.
That ball looked like it had no chance to go in. It curved away, and then it came back in.
Now, see, he's having the opposite night of he had last night. He took quite a few shots that just weren't going down, and we knew he had a nice stroke. Tries to get Lewis, but there's going to be a foul. And I think with that, we're going to have our little media timeout with the score 114-76. Admirals in the lead. So, you know, Dave, earlier I pointed out that I did see Flight 360 here. Patricia pointed out to me there is no music. There's no DJ today. So that's why we weren't getting our halftime performance or our little break performances, not because they were not able. We would have all had to hum. And I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, you ain't going to hear me hum.
Well, you might hear me hum. You're not going to hear me sing. I promise you that. Jerry Lewis puts the first one down.
He's been a bright spot tonight.
Yeah, he has 18 points.
Every break they had, he was out on the gym floor working with the kids and having some fun with the young kids.
Last 3 minutes of the game. Everybody's still running plays, working hard. The defense is tough, not going to let Weekie down the middle. So Cliff Lee will just take it from three again. Leo bringing it up slowly. They say they impeded the player on the way to that. which is exactly why he wasn't up. But this is kind of what they did at the end of the game last night, too, trying to get some spectacular dunks for our fans. A lot of little kids here today. Ton of fun to see that happen. Taku with the inbound play. We've been watching him on the sideline with his clipboard, drawing up plays. Another foul, this time on Cliff Lee. As you notice, they've used 3-4 different guys on Hill all night. They had Lee, they had Ricky King, they had Eric Shippers, and just one Hill.
Sometimes the obvious foul you don't call, but the ones that they're trying to be a little sneaky on Hill, and they're going to get caught now.
That's good. 7 seconds left on that shot clock. Blocked by Lee. I'm not sure they're aware that there's only 2 seconds. I'm not sure they reset it on the foul. That would have counted had it gone in, but since it didn't hit rim, it would have been a shot clock violation. Masahiro, or actually Yoshida out there, inside to Lee. Lee is muscled away.
Whoa.
Yeah, that would be the technical that followed up that particular foul. With 1:46 remaining, it is 117-78.
That was heard by everybody in the gym.
I think so. Chappell will put down the first one.
And it was the right call.
It was.
Both
even as late as it is in the game. I agree. And I think he knows that. But when you work that hard and you're that tired, sometimes you say things maybe you shouldn't have.
It does slip.
Cliff Lee getting his opportunity now at the line. Misses the first. $30 points is the difference. Make that 31. 1:46 remaining. Just everybody jumbled in the middle. That here's the right idea. I'll take it out here and take a shot. I love it.
There was about 2 to 3 screens going at once, and which screen do I use?
Patrick Lewis for two. Oh, that was the smartest move I've ever seen by number 2. Jimmy King got the heck out of the way. And even Hill had a good laugh. He's just like, what were you doing, man?
He himself, when he went to jump, he didn't get no height to even put the ball in, which means he just got no legs.
You like that he's still trying it, though, definitely. Lewis puts in the first after a roll around. Like that so much, he did it again the second time. 16 points. All I hear from the sideline is no fouls. I don't blame him. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Yoshida puts it in for 2. He has a nice little scoop shot to the basket.
With 6 players playing tonight for the Gem Rats, they're still working hard.
Whoa! Chappell not quite corralling that pass. In comes Bando. Leo's going to go ahead and take it. He's going to try to set up Hill, but not going to happen. 19 seconds on shot, 26 on game. Jimmy King going to go ahead and run that clock down. Scored 121-82. And Endurance Wiki for 2 down the middle. Here's the opportunity. They're going to let him do it. And there's the stuff shot that we've been waiting for.
And the defense just watched.
And that's going to end the game. We finally get that final buzzer when these guys have got to be exhausted. 123-84. Kitsap Admirals come away with a victory. Yesterday, 122-85. I'd say we almost had the clone match, except for, we saw some different players stand out today. Dave, what's your impression of today?
I enjoyed watching the gym rats, just the way they pass and cut. That's the way basketball's supposed to be played. They just don't have the height to just play Kitsap Admirals, but they hustle.
Well, and the thing that we saw yesterday with the Admirals, they really passed it a lot. Maybe not quite as much today, and again, that's kind of a fatigue thing, but when you have that many people, it's hard to get a rhythm, but they managed to still score 123.
They're so athletic, though. I mean, they've just got some height, they got some bulk, and when you got bulk, you can just push people around. That's just going to take away the energy of the gym rats because they just don't have the size.
Well, we are West Sound TV, and we really enjoyed being a part of this international moment. Our engineer today was Spar. Doc Parr setting everything up for us, making sure it was working. We had sound, we had picture, all those kind of things. Person running our picture, that's Patricia Ann. She also produces this, making sure she has all the connections made with the Admirals. I am Kitty Campagna on this mic. I have Dave Ziesmer on the other mic. And what a great thing. We at West Sound TV, we love bringing your community to you.